I don't usually post things like this. I mostly read, I scroll, I correct grammar in my head and close tabs when people jump to supernatural conclusions instead of looking for reasonable explanations. So please understand that I've already tried everything that should work. I stayed late at the high school yesterday to finish grading. I'm a substitute, one of the dependable ones. The kind they call when someone quits mid-semester or doesn't come back from lunch. I float between rooms, fill gaps, keep my head down. I stay late because it makes me look committed. I tell myself it's temporary, that if I prove myself long enough, someone will eventually hand me a permanent classroom and a laminated nameplate. The final bell rang at 3:12. I remember because the clock in my room still hasn't been fixed, even though I've reported it 3 times. The hallway exploded into noise for 5 minutes, then went quiet all at once, like the building had exhaled. I like that quiet. It feels earned. I packed up around 4:30, thinking about leftovers and my cat, who gets angry if I'm late. The lights were still on. The floor smelled like cleaner. Somewhere down the hall, a radio played softly. Normal, comforting, boring. I turned left toward the main entrance. The hallway felt longer than usual, but I brushed it off. I'm bad with distance when I'm tired. I passed the science wing, nodded at the same cartoon safety poster, and kept walking. Then I passed it again. I laughed a short, embarrassed sound, like someone might overhear me being stupid. I checked my phone. No service, which isn't unusual here. The time read 4:32. I waited for it to change. It didn't. I tried a classroom door. Locked. Another one. Locked. I joked out loud because that's what I do when I'm uncomfortable. Okay, I said. Message received. The hum of the lights felt louder now. Closer. Like it had moved from the ceiling into my skull. That's when I noticed the attendance sheets taped to the lockers. Old ones. Yellowed, curling at the edges. I recognized the format immediately. My name was on every single one. That's when the anxiety stopped being theoretical. I didn't run. I don't run unless there's fire. I walked faster, took notes mentally, tried stairwells that should have led somewhere else. They didn't. I kept looking back into the same hallways, same lockers, same bulletin boards, except the posters started changing. Rules written in handwriting I didn't recognize. Notices reminding students to remain in assigned areas. Names scratched out and rewritten. That's when I heard the dragging sound. Not footsteps. Something heavier. Desks or chairs being moved carefully, like whoever was doing it didn't want to damage the floors. The intercom came on without warning. No chime, no administrator's voice, just something flat and careful, like it was reading instructions it didn't understand. Faculty must remain on campus until all students are accounted for. My phone buzzed immediately. Unexcused departure attempt. Logged. I laughed again. That brittle laugh you do when your brain is trying to crawl back to normal. My phone battery dropped from 61% to 12% in seconds. I locked myself in the bathroom. The mirrors were gone. That bothered me more than anything else so far. I check mirrors constantly. Hair, posture, expression. It's how I make sure I still look like someone who belongs. Seeing blank wall where my reflection should have been made me feel unanchored. The stalls went back too far. I counted before I stopped. 12 doors. This bathroom has 4. The dragging sound got closer. From more than one direction, still patient. The bell rang again. Not loud. Directly above me. Edit 1. People keep asking why I didn't call 911. I tried. Emergency call froze my phone and restarted it. The time was still 4:32. Edit 2. Someone asked me what grade I teach. Mostly English, credit recovery, remedial classes, students who miss too much school, the ones who stay late. Edit 3. I just realized something. Every attendance sheet I've seen today was marked incomplete. Something changed after my last edit. The dragging stopped. The silence after was worse. The intercom clicked on again, and this time it used my name. Not distorted. Calm. Professional. Please report to your assigned classroom. I don't have one. I never have. But the hallway lights shut off everywhere except one direction, and I realized I knew exactly where it wanted me to go. The door was unlocked. There was a name taped to the glass, printed, centered, laminated. Mine. Inside there were desks, all filled, students sitting perfectly still, facing forward. Some of them looked familiar. Some of them looked older than they should. Some of them wouldn't look at me at all. I stepped inside. The door closed behind me. The intercom clicked one last time. Attendance will now be taken. A clipboard appeared on the desk. I picked it up without thinking. Habit. Muscle memory. The list was long. Every name was crossed off except one. Mine. I hesitated. Then the bell rang. I checked the clock. 3:12. I marked myself present. The bell rang again. Edit 4. I don't know why I'm still able to update this. Maybe substitutes don't count as staff. Maybe I don't count as anything at all. Attendance just finished. It says incomplete again. The bell is ringing. I think it rings every time someone stays late. I think it's waiting for more names. If you're reading this and you're still in your school after hours, please leave before the bell rings again. They're very patient here, and they always take attendance.